right? And so people are asking you, what manipulators did you use and how did you do it? See, she becomes a resource for the entire team. Now, is that collaboration or is that collaboration? That's collaboration. Now, if you've ever been in, this happens in Los Angeles. Don't know if it happens in Atlanta. You're at a general faculty meeting, principal says something, you break out into sessions, you all sit down, and then you sit there and you say, so what are we supposed to be doing? Does this happen in Atlanta? It happens in LA. This is the beginning of collaboration. You know what, we have this thing real quick, just fill it out real quick. Yeah, sounds good. Hey, so what you do this weekend? So yeah, I'm getting ready for, and then the principal rolls through, and then when the principal rolls through, what do we all do? Okay, so let's look at our list real quick. Let's look at our list real quick. Yeah. Principal walks by. Yeah. So anyways, going back to the weekend. This phenomenon I have found exists not only in Atlanta, not only in LA, it exists in Florida, it exists in, I was in Missouri, I was in Nebraska, I've been everywhere this phenomenon exists. And then people think, then they go back and they say, what you guys do at your faculty meeting? Oh, we collaborated. No, you didn't. What'd they do? They collaborated is what they did. That right there is powerful. This, my friends, is not powerful. And so how did we make this happen at Golden Park High School? Tuesdays, same subject meetings. Every Tuesday, I want you to think of a little school 30 miles east of Los Angeles, because every Tuesday we have what's called same subject meetings. Now, what is this? Get this. First of all, this doesn't happen in the morning, doesn't happen in the evening, okay? It happens during the day. Let's assume that all of you are English 9 teachers, okay? So what we've done, and this, you guys are English 9, you guys are English 10, and you guys are English 11. Are you with me here? Okay, first 2 hours of the day, on this particular Tuesday, you all get together in the conference room. We have substitute teachers in your room. On Monday, you knew that you were going to be out Tuesday. So on Monday, you went over a lesson, and on Tuesday, because we don't want the sub-teaching, it's just about the kids doing some seek work, some work that's going to help them sort of emphasize what you taught on Monday, right? So we've gone together, and at our last session, we created a pacing guide that we all agreed is aligned to what the state has deemed important for our kids to know, right? And then we created some common assessments. How you teach is up to you. The day that we robotize teachers and tell them how to teach, and we tell them that they got to be on this page at this time and they have to teach this way and move this way, that's the day I'm out. Because each of you is creative. You are a master of manipulatives, way to go, okay? You love checking for understanding every 5 minutes. That's just your thing. I call you CFU when I see you. I say, what's up, CFU? What's up? Why do you call her CFU? Because she checks for understanding everywhere you go. In fact, she's going to check for understanding when I walk by her to see if, I noticed her in your blouse. It's just CFU right there, right? Over here, you're like an entertainer in front of your kids. You like to entertain, and you have tons of visuals up there. And then you are a little combination of all of them. And then when you so you all agree, you've created a common assessment, you get together and then you look at the results of those common assessments. Are you with me? And then you start talking. And then something like, you know what, I really need to visit your class. Cruz, do you mind? I'd really like to visit her class because I want to see how she's using those manipulators. Now, what would a good principal do? No problem, I'll hook that up. You know what, we don't even have to spend money on a sub. You know what, I'll cover your class. Because I haven't been in the classroom in ages, and I miss that. So while I cover that class, you go ahead. So all of a sudden, what are you creating? What are you creating? You're creating a professional flow, right? She's not going over there to hang out and collaborate. She's going over there to hang out and learn, right? And you didn't have to fly Luis in from LA to teach you this. She is the expert in manipulators. Because it turns out when we looked at her results, she had a 95% proficiency rate, right? So this happens the first 2 hours of that Tuesday. You guys are the next 2 hours, and then you guys are the last 2 hours. Now, the following Tuesday, English has already had their time. Now it's science time, biology, chemistry, they meet. And then after that, it's math time. So algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry. By the time it rolls again, 5 weeks have gone by and some things have already happened. Now, the next time it's time for English to meet, are you guys going to go first again? No, you guys aren't going to go first. You guys are going to go first 2 hours, you guys are going to go second 2 hours, and you guys are going to go the last 2 hours. Why? Because you don't want your kids affected by you not being in the room, so you got a nice rotation going. In fact, by the time the same group of kids misses you, it's now going to be almost 5 months into the school year. You literally maybe will only go twice or 3 times out of the classroom. So that whole argument of, I need to be in the room, even though I don't know what I'm doing, I need to be in the room, right? Is void. Because you're still in the room 4 hours of the day. We've rotated it around nicely. Do you see how this is working? Bam, look at what it created. After 1 year of doing this, all the areas ingrained show a growth. Now some of them were 1 point, some of them were significant. Bam, the next year we saw even more growth. We saw some groups go from U.S. history from a 16-point game to, look at that, 47% of the kids proficient. Nearly half of the kids at our school that are taking U.S. history are scoring proficient on the state exam. And California has a rigorous state exam. These are the results that can't. I got the nicest compliment the other day. Do you think that I'm a principal at a high school. Do you think there's people that love Luis? Yes. Are there people that despise Luis? Yes. Because we've had a change. And is change uncomfortable for people? Yes. But here's the best compliment I've ever gotten. You know what? Luis drives me crazy sometimes. Sometimes I just go home, but I gotta admit, school's gotten better. That was the most honest compliment I've ever gotten. And by no means is this a Luis thing. This is leadership being practiced in every single classroom. I'm just the guy that introduced it to them and made certain things happen, like subs coming in on a Tuesday. They're the experts. They're the ones that made it happen. Why? Because we're not collaborating. What are we doing? Collaborating. Okay. So then, get this. I found a resource at our schools that are amazing. Want to know? Students. Students at the middle school and high school can answer a lot of your questions. Like, for example, when I wanted to know where the kids were ditching, they told me. They said, Cruz, it's simple. Whenever there's a sub, word spreads like wildfire. Subs aren't going to know who we are, so we put an end to that. They helped me improve the PE department, and if we had more time, we'd go into it. But guess what the most powerful form of collaboration I ever had with these kids was? I asked them, define an effective teacher. What is an effective teacher? Without using names, just tell me, what does an effective teacher do? And they came up with this list. Look at this list. These are the things that the kids said. The kids said that effective teachers update grades quickly, do different activities to make lessons interesting, creative. Check out what else they said. Classes are fun yet serious to make it interesting but relaxed. Sounds like classroom management to me, right? Patience, prepared, and look at this one right here. Showing they care. So you know what we did with this, right? We created at our school a group called the Student Voices Committee. They don't have, GPA is not a requirement. In fact, I want some of the kids that are my little gang kids on that committee. I want some of my honor kids. I want some of my EL kids. Not just Spanish EL, I have a growing Chinese EL population. Put some of them on there. We get together once a month and we buy them lunch. All you gotta do is buy them lunch and they're happy, right? We get them In-N-Out burgers. Very popular burger in California. Okay. They all sit down and we have a meeting. I do this during lunch because right away, some of my teacher friends thought, he's using the kids to find out information about us. So we make it an open meeting. We do it during lunch where teachers can sit around, and some have, and listen in on our conversation. And we talk about how do we make the school better. And the kids have fascinating advice for us. Do you think your middle school kids can tell you a thing or two about how to make the school better? You better believe it. They told us, and then we had these kids present at a faculty meeting. Imagine a faculty meeting with 100 teachers in the audience. And then I said, ladies and gentlemen, we have some special guests today, our students. They came in and they went over each one of those effective strategies. And then after they said it, they said, and we'd like to honor the following 3 teachers with a carnation because you guys exemplify this particular characteristic. I had high school teachers crying. High school teachers don't cry. Elementary teachers cry. I worked at the elementary. I used to cry with them during evaluations. Okay? Middle school people, well, we're just sarcastic, right? We're sarcastic folks, true or not? Own up right now, everybody, come on, own up. Right? But at the high school level, high school people think they know it all. You can't tell them. Or us high school, you can't. Please. I'll never forget the time that I brought up the importance of having borders at the high school. You know how elementary people got pretty borders? I almost got chewed alive. Please. But I had people crying. Why were they I got emails like, can you please send me the list of the 15 characteristics the kids said? Because they wanted to be one of those people. Our kids also started collaborating in our professional learning community. Powerful, powerful stuff.